Hello students, in today's video I'll explain the poem from your book Beehive. The poem is The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Before we move to the poem, let us know about the author. Although born in San Francisco, Robert Frost spent most of his life in rural New England. New England is one of the states in USA. His poetry is identified with the region. That means his poems contain the essence of the rural in New England. It means he used the rural dialect. Frost was honored frequently during his lifetime and is the only poet to receive 4 Pulitzer Prizes for poetry. Frost was named Poet Laureate of Vermont. Some of Frost's best known poems are Mending Wall, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. Now let's move to the poem. The Road Not Taken is a 20 lines poem divided in 4 stanzas, and each stanza contains 5 lines. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveller long I stood. So the woods are yellow, which means the bed is covered with fallen leaves. Bed means the land in the wood, beneath the trees, the land, grassland. I'm writing here as bed. So the fallen leaves are on the grasslands, spreaded across the grassland, and they are turning colors by the effect of sunlight. It also suggests that it is the autumn season when trees shed their leaves. Diverged is just another word for split, divided. So, where the speaker or the traveler is standing, it's an intersection where the road is divided in 2 sides. 2 roads are divided there inside the wood. Wood means jungle. There is fork in the road. The speaker has the temptation to travel both the roads at the same time. But since it's impossible to walk down 2 roads at once, he has to choose one road. In the second line, you can see that sorry I could not travel both. That expresses the poet or the speaker's temptation to travel both the roads, but he is unable to do so. The word sorry here suggests regret. He is regretting because of his incapacities to travel both the roads. The poet tells us that the traveler is alone. Here, and be one traveler, that suggests the traveler is alone. That he has no vehicle. Also he is standing. Stood means standing on legs. That means he is about to make his journey on foot. He ponders over. Long I stood means he is pondering, he is thinking which path to choose. He ponders over long about which way to go. He tried to look down the road as far as he could see, and after some distance, it is lost into the undergrowth. Undergrowth means the vegetation, grasses, bushes, shrubs that hides the view of the road. It takes the paint and it is invisible, the road, that he cannot look forward. So like look down one as far as I could. So the poet is looking at one of the roads, how the road is looking but it at some distance, after some distance, it takes the bend inside the undergrowth. That restricts his sight of the road. The meaning of these lines are metaphorical. It represents two decisions of life where we have to choose one. As we can't foresee or predict the consequences of our choices, we have to go for it having partial knowledge about it. Now let's move to the second stanza. Then I took the other, just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had owned them really about the same. So, in the first stanza, the speaker was looking at one road, but in the second stanza, we get to know that the speaker makes his decision. Since both the paths seems to be alike, he takes the other, not the one that bent into the undergrowth. He didn't take that road. He chose the other road. The roads are similar in appearance, just as fair means both are same. In the second line, the traveler justifies his choice as the path is grassy and not much walked on by travelers. Sorry, it is not the second, it is the third line. Because it was grassy, full of grass, and wanted wear. Because the road needed to walked on by travelers. Because wanted wear means till now not so many persons have trodden on the grassland on that road. Though as for that, the passing there had owned them really about the same. Passing there means travelers that travel on the road, on the other road. Here the traveler thinks people might have traveled less on the other road also, because both roads now looking similar. In the first line, in the second line, the speaker says, having perhaps the better claim, that the road that he has chosen, he tells us that it is better than the first one. Now, certainly, he is telling us that both the roads are similarly walked on. Now let's move to the third stanza. And both that morning equally lay in leaves, no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how well it's on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Here both means both the roads on that morning of the journey. So here you can say the traveler has set for the journey very early in the day. Fallen leaves are lying on the grassland and no one has trodden the path. Trodden means walking on foot and placing something under. Because the fallen leaves are not crushed by the footsteps and thus not darkened. So in that morning, the poet, the speaker may be the first one to travel on the road, because before that he has no trace of any persons traveled that road. The speaker here seems to be regretting. The speaker says, if life gives him another opportunity, he will choose the first road someday. In the third line, you can see, oh, I gave the first for another day. That means the poet is certainly regretting that maybe the first road was the better one, but he has no choice. If something goes bad with this road, he might someday, if life gives him the opportunity, he might travel the first road another day. But he is not sure whether the day will come. But in the next line, he says how one road leads to another and then other until you end up very far from where you have started. So, in all, it may not be feasible to start afresh, especially in the later part of our life. Now, let's move to the fourth stanza. I shall be telling this with a shy, somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I, the traveller, not taking us to the future, now taking us to the future. Hence means from now. When this journey is over, he will be telling it with a shy, though which is interesting because shies can be happy, sad, or merely reflective, and we don't know what kind of shy is this. This line is a repetition of the first line of the poem, with the subtraction of the word yellow and the addition of the words and I. This repetition helps to bring the poem to a conclusion. It reminds us what's important in the poem. The concept of choosing between two different paths. Then we get the hesitation of and I in the dash. This lets us know that whatever the speaker is about to say next is important. Now let's move to the concluding two lines. It took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Here the poet, the speaker, confidently informs of his decision. He had dared to take the road that many feared to tread. So here the speaker took the unusual path, not the path that everyone supposed to choose. He went for the unusual road. This is an indication that the speaker was adventurous and of independent thought. However, the concluding lines gives us a feeling that the choice he took has definitely made a significant impact in his life. Maybe it was worth of a journey. This poem deals with the dilemmas that a man faces in life. The two roads serves as a metaphor for the choices we make in life. Life throws many alternatives, but the choice we make has far-reaching consequences. The impact that our choice will make on our lives can also not be foreseen. Hence, our decision should not be a shot in the dark. We may take a unique path and succeed, or a common one and fail. Failure is a stepping stone to success. Therefore, do not hesitate to retract if you face situations that make you unhappy. So, this is the theme of the poem. Now, here is some home assignment for you. Write the central theme of the poem, that the one that I have explained after the poem. Write the summary of the poem. Question 3, I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Bring out the significance of the lines. I have already explained. You better be able to write these answers. Question 4, what does the poet convey through the line? Sorry, I forgot to mention the line here. So you solve these 3 questions only, and I hope you have understood the poem. In the next video, we'll discuss the next lesson. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Bye bye.